Hey, what is up everybody? Kilryan here bringing you another video, and this time what I wanted to talk to you all about is the talent system of Blade and Soul. Talents are utilized to make sure that you can create a character and a play style that you want to play, and I think there are a couple things that are different about the Blade and Soul talent system that I really wanted to showcase, because these skills can these talents that you choose can fundamentally change how the skill works, the cooldowns, and really everything there is to do with it. So hopefully this video kind of brings everything to light and helps you understand it a little bit better. Without further ado, let's hop on in. What's up everybody? As mentioned in the introduction, I wanted to address a very important and key aspect of Blade and Soul with this video, and that is your talent system. Many of us are familiar with talents and what they are, but for those of you who may not know, talents are basically these points which you can put into certain skills or all your skills and enhance them in a certain way. Usually this is something that allows you to dictate more of your play style and really make your character your own. If you're watching this and you're completely new to Blade and Soul, don't worry, you're not looking to get talents at level 1. You don't have to worry about this until about level 15, 16, 17. Whenever you actually obtain your talents through questing. You will be obtaining these through questing, and then you get 1 point every level until you are 45. So, now, one thing that I wanted to kind of showcase before we get on into the whole breakdown is, if you look on the left side here, you'll see a whole bunch, all your different skills that your character has. If you're low level, don't worry, some of these will be grayed out because you haven't unlocked them yet. But all these different skills, some of them do not have talents, so don't worry, you don't have to be speccing every single thing. But if you look at any of the blue highlighted ones, those are the things that you can actually spec into. Now, all of the skills here are going to be the ones that you actually have the ability to use under certain situations, so don't be too intimidated by all the skills that you may see. Now, one thing that talents do, as I mentioned earlier, is it lets you fundamentally change and alter how you want to play a character. One thing that a Kung Fu Master has, for example, on my V skill is a skill called Tremor. Typically this skill is just a stun. It's an AoE stun that's just applied right around me. If I just do that, bam, it stuns guys around me. However, through talents, I can fundamentally change how this skill works. At first glance, if I look here, you'll see how in the yellow text to the right, it says stuns for 2 seconds to 3 seconds. That's how it improves the skill, right? In my first talent point of it. But then you actually have the choice to go down and specialize how you want this skill to evolve to fit your play style. By doing so, if we look here, if I spec in this middle row, what it'll do is it completely removes, you see how it crosses out here, stuns for 3 seconds. Instead, it will create a fire pit under my character, which deals damage over time. This is how talents will fundamentally affect how you play, what you're doing, and for the most part, let you hone your character to the playstyle that you would like. So, the biggest thing whenever you're looking at your skills, alright guys, is all over here, all on the right side. You're looking at a talent, you're going, okay, I really like my Comet Strike skill. What can I do? How does all this spec, all these different things change how I am going to be playing? So if we look here at the first tab, you'll see in the top right, it goes focus cost 3 down to 2. So that's just a simple focused decrease in cost, so it makes it to where you can use more skills alongside the skill. Next, if we look down a little bit, you see how there has the little grid saying range, area, cast, and cooldown. These are honestly the biggest things, or some of the key factors that you want to be looking at, along with the additional text that you may see. If you see a green text being added whenever you're speccing, that just means that it's giving you an additional effect. On the other hand, if we look over here, gray lines crossed out are what is changing from that skill. So this is going to be something like you'll see a damage increase. The yellow line will be your damage increase, or the new skill. The gray crossed out one will be the old skill and the one that you're basically replacing. And truthfully, you are replacing the skill. Because if we look down below at the grid, we look at area, right? This is going to be the area in which, in front of my character, when I use Comet Strike, I am going to be applying this damage, right? Normally, it's 2 by 3 meters. So 2 wide, 3 far. So it's a small AoE in front of me. Speccing into this talent actually makes it go from 2 meters wide, and then 8 meters long. So giving it basically a ton more range. However, you trade off. This is a part of basically changing your playstyle and everything like that. The cast time goes from being a 0.7 second cast, or a fairly quick cast, you might have to just stand still and then you're just like boom, knock it out there, to a 2-second cast timer. These are the things that you always have to be looking at whenever you're speccing or enjoying, saying, oh, I want to continue using this skill. Make sure whenever you are speccing to look at the area that it's going to be doing. So this might enhance your AoE capability or even reduce it down to just being a single target skill. Cast times. This might, as you can see on here, it's doing a ton more damage, but it is almost tripling the cast time that's required. And then at the same time, it's actually removing the cooldown of the skill. So it's an instant cooldown, meaning I can span this 2-second cast as many times as I want. This will really, really fundamentally allow you to change how you play and how you really see fit. So the way, if you look at all these talents, all these things apply different effects, different benefits, changing the skill fundamentally. But there are also other skills, such as for the Kung Fu Master, my Q and my E, which are basic dodges that I have. Some skills, if I put 3 points into my Q, Shadow Dance, it will also actually apply 3 points to my E. So I'm not having to waste 6 talent points on just getting one of my dodges. Several other classes have this as well. So whenever you are speccing, if the skills are really, really similar, or a dodge, they may share points. So be on the lookout for that, so you can really consolidate and figure out how to maximize what points. So, kind of a quick example of how a lot of these skills can change your playstyle as well. For Kung Fu Master, once again, I apologize, I'm not addressing really other classes, but this is what I am familiar with. For example, typically in PvP, I would spec my Rising Dragon, my Z skill, down here to have it just stun my opponent, giving me an additional stun, more control. I like to build like this because I like to control the target right in front of me while going for a lot of burst damage. However, I have seen other Kung Fu Masters not spec into this practically at all. Instead, they choose to allocate their points for something along the lines of Flying Slam. Usually this is our gap closer using Tab. However, speccing into this, on a knockdown enemy, it launches the target into the air. Kung Fu Masters have a basic air combo which does decent damage, and I have seen a lot of KFMs, Kung Fu Masters, play around this playstyle. So instead of stunning the target right in front of me and everything like that, and then just bam, 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 what they'll actually do is they'll use their Z skill and then leap at them while they're knocked down from the Z, and basically put them into an air combo. It completely changes how you play the game and how you approach different situations. And with them allowing you to continually and freely spec in and spec out of whatever you want at any point in time, I can say, oh, I'm going to go tanking, right? Oh, no. For this boss, the Blade Master decided he was against me tanking. Alright, I'll spec into my normal survival mode. This is completely free, and so do not hold back testing whatever playstyle you want, changing all your different talents. If you are solo target DPSing, if you are AoEing, if you're PvEing, PvPing, or whatever it may be, do not be afraid to change your builds. Alright guys, I just wanted to make sure to do kind of a quick overview of the talent system, because I think a lot of people overlook things whenever they are trying to discover and figure out how they want to play, right? So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Actually, before that, I actually just remembered one more thing. A lot of people, whenever they're looking at the whole system that we have here, they'll look at this and they'll be like, oh yeah, I really like, boom, there's my left click. This is such a good, such a good tree. They'll see these skills down here. All right, why can't I spec into this? As you can see, achievement not yet unlocked, Hung Moon Secret Technique Straight Jab. All of the skills that you see with things down here that are red tabs, these are Hung Moon skills which are obtained through obtaining different achievements. If you go to our achievements tab, achievements, and you go under character, skills, they're not here yet because Hung Moon isn't applied yet, but there are different achievements which you must obtain to unlock the ability to spec into these. So don't worry guys, that's something that will be implemented later, and I know a lot of you probably had questions, where do I get these? They're obtained through achievements, usually through PvE content, which we will unlock at a later point in time. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you found it informational. And I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who's been watching and supporting the channel. We're at almost 10,000 subscribers, which is crazy. It's crazy. I never would have expected for my channel to have grown like this. And I also just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting it, even though I have switched games over to Blade and Soul and Tree of Savior and things like along those lines. I was honestly expecting to be burnt at the stake for not really playing Terra as much, but I've seen a lot of support, and the subscribers are continuing to grow, and you're just all really awesome. So I just wanted to say thank you. And yeah, if you happen to have any questions for me, or if you want to see a different kind of video or whatever it may be, feel free to post in the comments down below. I make sure to read every single one of them that you guys post on there, and I try my best to respond to all of them as well. Once again guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all next time.